Hello, we're here for Musikexpress and we have David, d4vd, is it right?
What's up? Yup.
Posted today in the morning that you love Berlin.
I do. I do.
Why you love Berlin?
I love the people. People are the most charming people of all time here, for sure. And I love the shows. I played maybe a year and a half ago, and it was one of my favorite shows. So, yeah.
Do you know any German words?
Danke. Or thank you. Danke.
Yeah, danke.
Danke.
Any more?
No.
Do you want to know what is I love you?
What is it?
Ich liebe dich.
Ich liebe dich.
Ich liebe dich.
Ich liebe dich. Ich liebe dich. That's right?
Yeah, that's right,
Cool,
that's right, that's right. What's like the question that Germans always ask you if you're here?
Can I have an autograph?
Yeah? Is it?
Because I'm only like, it's only my fans that I really be talking to out here. So
I was on a press conference for Timothy Chalamet, and he
Oh, wow.
said Germans ask really intelligent questions.
wow, maybe I should like just go and walk the streets and have people ask me questions.
Let's start with like quick questions.
Okay.
What's the weirdest place you ever made music? Okay.
The weirdest place I ever made a song.
Okay,
Oh,
maybe-
IHOP bathroom. IHOP bathroom. Yeah. I got a beat pack when I was having dinner after church with my family on a Sunday. It was at IHOP. And then I got some beats and I was listening to them on my AirPods and I instantly got inspired and I was like, yo, I need some quiet. I need some quiet. So I ran with my phone because I make everything on my phone.
Yeah,
So I ran with my phone to the bathroom and I recorded the whole verse in the bathroom.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Do you have like the bathroom sound in it?
Yeah, it's like all the reverb. Yeah,
Oh,
you hear
shit.
toilets flushing in the background.
You might be with the toilet flush.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your guilty pleasure song?
I rock with that Karma song by JoJo Siwa. You ever heard it?
No.
I should have known better if I was. Yo, I'm gonna play it for you after this, bro. Karma by JoJo Siwa. Yeah. hard.
You popped up really fast
Yeah.
in the music industry. Who was the first celebrity who DM'd you? And give some shout outs or some love.
It's a good question. First DM I got probably, I think someone said I'm insane. Like someone was like, your music's insane, bro. But I can't remember who it was. I think it was Leroy, the kid Leroy.
The Kid Leroy?
Yeah, it was
yeah?
Leroy. It was Leroy.
What's the most unexpected fan interaction you ever had? Like, you know, you have like a lot of fan interactions the whole day.
Dude, someone got proposed to at one of my shows.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
On
it
the
was-
stage?
No, in the crowd.
In the crowd?
Yeah, they proposed in the crowd at my Austin show in Texas.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. it
Did you
was
say
fire.
something to them?
I was hyping them up. Yeah, I gave them some merch. Gave some free merch.
That's sweet.
She said yes too.
Yeah?
Yeah, imagine if she said no.
That would be sad.
That'd be crazy.
You can give her some merch and she could be happy as
Yeah,
well.
oh, man.
If you could have a feature from any artist in history, dead or alive,
Michael Jackson. Hands
that
down.
was a quick one.
Hands down, bro. I love Michael Jackson so much.
So I think like the story about you is really, really interesting. You know, you popped up so far. You were 17, right?
Yeah, when I came on the scene, I was 17. That rhymes.
How was like for you? Can you give us like how your situation was? Like you was a streamer.
Yeah.
You just put out some Fortnite clips with
Yeah.
music, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's just what it was. I was homeschooled for 4 years, 5 years in high school. I was just playing Fortnite 24/7, and yeah, I got copyright strike to my videos. I told my mom about it. She was like, "Make your own music, son. This is your destiny." And I was like, "Okay, bet." So I looked up how to make music on iPhone. App called BandLab comes up. Shout out to BandLab. And then I just went in my little sister's closet for the studio. Like she had a bunch of like clothes and robes to like insulate the sound and stuff. Made songs from there, and then it was history, bro.
That's really good history that you
Yeah,
made,
A
man.
phone in a closet.
It's
in
like
the
someone
dream.
wrote it for you.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
It's like a script.
Yeah. Well, I like the funny thing is that you use like TikTok and all the stuff around it, you know, as tools. Like I saw that you like someone who like used the system right, you know?
Yeah, I kind of learned how to master it really early on because when I was on TikTok, I was seeing everybody and their mom just like trying to take it too seriously, bro. Trying to take it too seriously. Like, oh, did I just make the song of the summer? And I was like, bro, I'm not doing that. So I started up as a meme. I was making people laugh first before I got too serious.
Alvin the Chipmunk?
Alvin, bro, you know the lore, bro. You know the lore. So basically, I was doing song covers, and I pitched my voice up so high, I sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks. I was doing this for like,
You want to try it without?
nah, I can't, bro, because I was literally like 10 semitones up. Like, that's
Yeah.
how high it was. And the first cover I did was Blue Ivy by Beyonce. And, bro, it got 1 million views in a day. I was like,
That's crazy,
oh,
you know, people trying on TikTok to go
yeah,
viral and you 17, little
yeah.
kid just doing your shit, you know?
Throw a little video, make it a meme overnight.
I like, how was like the first connection you get like with the big labels, you know, they come into you and say, yeah, kid, you're
It was
cool.
wild, bro. I remember like the first time I got the email, I told my mom, she was like, that's a scam, you're not going. And I was like, all right, I was real sad. But then they started coming from different labels and
Yeah.
different stuff. I was like, yo, this might be real. So then we had a bunch of conversations. We came to LA, had a bunch of meetings, and then I met my team. And then
But just
it
with
was
2 viral TikTok clips, is it right?
nah. It was much more than that at that point because I had just dropped Romantic Homicide and Here With Me. And they were
Yeah.
going crazy like on streaming. They were getting like 500,000 streams a day with no label, no nothing, no promo.
That's crazy,
Just
yeah.
off 2 TikToks. And then after that, it started doing 1 million a day, then 2 million a day, and 3 million a day.
And now you're sitting here in Berlin, Germany.
Exactly.
And like, when you're thinking about that at that time, you know, some people just pop up and then you never heard about them again, you know?
Right, yeah.
How was your feelings in that situations in your life? Like, you know, like you can be like this one-hit wonder kid or being a good artist for your whole life.
I mean, there was no way I could have been a one-hit wonder because I had 2 hits at the same time. That's the
Okay,
crazy part
two
about
hit
it.
wonder,
I had 2
wonder.
hits at the same exact time. But after that, yeah, I wasn't really scared of being a one-hit wonder because all my songs really were like in the same vein. And you know how most artists, they blow up and then the next song they drop is a completely different vibe? I wasn't trying to do that. So I made a sound factory. Like I tried making Romantic Homicide 5 different times, then Here With Me 5 more times. And then I ended up making a song called Placebo Effect. And it was like the perfect mix of a romantic homicide, but with like some acoustic flavor, some stripped back. And they loved that one. So I was like, okay, this is the perfect song to drop next. I'm gonna drop that one next. It went crazy. And
But actually, you started making music because YouTube blacklisted you videos,
yeah,
right? Something like that.
yeah.
So, like, what was there? Like, your mom just say to you, "Yeah, just make your own music, kid."
Yeah, I mean,
I never heard about what my mom says, and you heard it, and you win, though.
yeah, that was my first time ever listening to her. I don't think she didn't think I was gonna listen to her either. Cause I
Yeah.
remember when I started making music, she didn't even like realize until months later, until I was about to drop Romantic Homicide, and I played it for her before I dropped it, and she thought the lyrics were too violent. She was like, "You can't release that song, you can't." And I was like, "I don't care. I did it anyways," and the song blew up. So
And would you say, like, you know, like the music industry changed a lot, and you like in this change, and you're like one person who used this change of the music industry of social media. Would you say without that, you could not have the opportunity to be like this artist today, what we see?
nah, you know what? That's a good question. I haven't been asked that before, but I'm gonna give you my take on it right now. I think I would have been more successful back in the day before TikTok and all that. Like if I would have started making music before the whole virality thing,
You think you would be more?
I think so
Yeah.
because there's so much like saturation on
Yeah.
TikTok now, and you got to kind of be a content creator first and an artist second.
Yeah.
So if I was, cause like the art that I'm making now is just like pure art with no gimmicks.
Yeah.
If I was able to do that and launch myself before the gimmick thing was even like a possibility, I feel like people would be like like even more connected to the music
Yeah.
than they are right now. Because there's no possible way to kind of get overshadowed by a funnier guy. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have a better song than somebody, but they're funnier than you and they got more fans because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I would have been way more famous back then for sure.
Would you say like this social media pop up like have downsides as well for you?
Yeah, yeah. Because like again, it kind of when you're being a content creator, you kind of overshadow yourself.
Yeah.
When you're doing too much personality, you're not focusing on the music so much. It's hard to find that balance between, okay, today I'm making a funny TikTok, today I'm focusing on a song. And then when you see the view difference, like, oh, they like me better when I'm funny, but I really want to promote this song because it's really serious, but people aren't really being sad right now. It's like a really seasonal thing. Like when I'm dropping music and I'm trying to focus on targeting different target audiences, it's like I gotta catch them in the vibe.
Yeah.
When I caught Romantic Homicide, that's like at the end of summer towards fall. That was the perfect time to drop a sad song, bro, because it's going into the fall, going into winter. Everybody's sad. Everybody going through a breakup. I call that breakup season. That's the perfect time to drop
But that's
a
what I'm
sad
saying.
song.
You understand the system, right?
Yeah,
Like
bro.
you were 17 though. You
Yeah.
were 17. With
Yep.
17, like you have a marketing strategy in your mind
Yep.
to drop out your song. And that's something crazy. And I'm thinking like you have a lot of people outside there, you know, on TikTok, on all of the social platforms, and they're trying to be an artist, you know, with comedy, with all this stuff that we see.
Yep.
And like, what would you give to these people? What would you say to these people? What kind of system they can use? What kind of strategies? Like, you know, what helped you in the situation? Because like with 17, I was not thinking to do things like you know? I was in different places or doing different things.
The advice I would give to upcoming artists that are trying to catch a wave is understanding your algorithm and like being really superstitious about it too. You got to think of TikTok is the gatekeeper between you and your fans. You have no fans and you have, let's say you have 0 followers, 0 fans, 0 nothing. TikTok or Instagram or whatever social media app is the gatekeeper to finding your fans because your fans are out there somewhere. They just haven't seen your stuff yet. Once you find the perfect amount of content to make a day, you got to do quantity over quality sometimes. Sometimes you got to post 50 TikToks a day and hope one catches because the algorithm's going to favor something over the next one. And focus on just going outside of the box. Don't be comfortable on the app. Don't be like, oh, this is me and this is who I'm going to be forever. Be a different person every single day. Sometimes you got to be bipolar with it too. You got to be a bipolar content creator. You got to pop up real serious one day, then switch it up and be real funny, then be sad, and be happy. Like, you have to find your fans and find that target audience in whatever way you can. So think outside the box when you're just starting out, for sure.
And what's about like being authentic?
Don't even be authentic. I'm gonna just give you a free game, bro. Do not be authentic. When you're first coming up, before you have that fan base, and then they ask in a seat, who is this? Before you pique somebody's interest, you gotta have something to latch on to. Remember, you ever took like English class, and then they tell you to write an essay, you have to have that hook sentence?
Yeah.
The hook sentence is the first sentence of an essay before you get into the substance. Sometimes you gotta bait somebody into believing a facade or a gimmick, like I was talking about earlier. And then once you pull them about a hook sentence, then you get down and peel back the layers and like, this is the real me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember Lil Nas X with the cowboy?
Yeah, with the cowboy.
That's exactly what I'm talking. Like, he's the perfect example. Like the gimmick, the cowboy thing, that's the hook sentence. He was playing like arenas in a week after that song came out, and then he switched up his sound, and then he dropped the project of the year and billions of streams after that with music that people were connected to.
It's like what Shabuzi is doing, right?
I don't think so. I think Shabuzi's authentic. Shabuzi's really in that country. Like, that's really him.
Yeah.
That's not a gimmick to him. But like Lil Nas X, that was like, you know,
was a gimmick
once he took off that cowboy hat, people were more
Yeah.
interested in him already because it's like, once you did that, what's next? People always want to know what's next with you. So you got to kind of bait your way through that sometimes.
That's really interesting what you're saying, because like it's a completely different mindset that you have.
Yeah, bro. And like the fan bases are getting younger and younger. Like kids are getting phones at like 3 years old now, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like how you get to reach that fan base and just make sure that people connect to the music no matter what age they are. Because like I'll be having like 40-year-old couples at the shows, and they're not on TikTok, but they connect to the music. So it's like just trying to figure out ways to kind of get.
Would you change it right now? Like you're famous, you know.
Yeah.
You see the world. You know you meet a lot of people. You have concerts, all that stuff. So your life is stressful.
Yeah.
You're doing this interview right now.
Yeah.
you have a lot of things in your schedule, and would you change it? Would you say I would change this?
No.
No.
Nah.
If you can do another job, which job would it be?
Oh, that's a good question too. Yeah. After that, I was in trade school. Not trade school, but I was in like this program for a bit, learning how to code and make video games. I learned like C++ and Java on a computer. I learned how to build computers and stuff like that. I got really into computers, and just like tech stuff. So I probably would be like an engineer, electrical engineer, robotic engineer.
A kid who understands the system.
Yeah, I like understanding systems, bro.
And like, who is your end boss? If you make your own game, who is your end boss?
That's a good question too.
I told you, German have intelligent questions.
Yeah, hey, nah, look, this stuff, hey, yeah, living up to the legends. You play Dark Souls or like Elden Ring?
No.
Okay, like there's these boss battles where they're like gigantic monsters, and it's kind of like an RPG style game where you have to try to defeat bosses on bosses on bosses, and like they use magic and stuff like that. I'd probably do like a Dark Souls or Elden Ring type game.
Let's talk a bit about your creativity and personality. Would you say you're an introvert or an extrovert person?
Depends on the day.
Yeah?
I go days without speaking to a single person, and I go a day wanting to talk to everybody. So I guess it just depends on the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is your mood today?
50-50. I'm a bit under the weather, so it's like
Yeah.
50-50.
Where you like get your motivation for creativity? Because like you're a kid who just started like basically with a phone and with an idea.
Yeah.
So you don't have like a lot of technical stuff, and your sound is really unique.
Yeah.
So they're like a lot of artists, they're trying to find his own unique sound, and you find it just so easy for yourself. So how you take your creativity and motivation from?
That is a good question. You on point today.
Thanks, bro.
Basically, Fortnite was the main inspiration when I was making the music for the first time. Like I would make a montage and then score it like I'm like making a soundtrack.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was mostly just like figuring out what kind of stories I'm telling. I always view music as like I'm writing a book, a visual book, and an audio book.
Your first album was about other people, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. So like, what's an example I can give you? I can give you an example. Life's a Dream was about one of my Fortnite friends. What else?
So you're good
Dirty,
listener.
Dirty
you're good
Secrets.
Listener. You're good listener.
Exactly,
Listen to
yeah. Dirty Secrets about one of my friends too. But now with this next project I'm about to drop, this is my first album that I'm about to drop. It's all me, like all the experiences.
It's about love, bro.
The past 2 years, my own relationships, my own hardships, everything is like super authentic and super raw and super me.
Is it like what you're feeling right now as well? Or is it?
Yeah.
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 Is it like your emotions and yours?
Everything from now in the past 2 years.
And who broke your heart?
I haven't been heartbroken.
No?
Nah, I think it's a very three-dimensional view on heartbreak. I feel like the relationships that I was in have only elevated my emotional intelligence. I feel like they're just stepping stones into me being a smarter individual and emotionally understanding my feelings. So I've never been fully broken like that. Like, oh, I can never love again. You know what I'm saying? So, but I have used that and fueled it and made songs based on those experiences and made it sound that way. But, you know, at the end of the day, whatever experiences you go through is just an open door to a better one. So there's going to be a lot of insight and a lot of explanation and context to these songs that I'm about to drop in the album that I'm about to drop, which is going to kind of contextualize the entire project and give you insight to my brain and what I was thinking when I was writing these songs and things like that. So it's gonna be exciting.
So the pain helped you in your creativity?
Absolutely. Yeah, Withered is a send-off. I view myself as this rose that's very beautiful and has these thorns that kind of stab you, which is basically like all my music is very beautiful, but it stabs you. You listen to the lyrics, look at it at face value. It's like, oh my God, that song's so pretty. But then you listen to that lyrics and you're like, oh, did you just stab me? So, yeah, that's basically sums up the project. Beautiful songs that stab you.
Want to drop out some features on the album?
No!
Okay, last question. Want to say, ich liebe Musikexpress. Ich liebe Musikexpress in this camera.
Ich liebe Musikexpress.
Yeah, okay.
Fire.
And we finished, so you can say danke.
Danke!
Perfect.
This has been David.
Thank you, bro.
And my dog right here. Wither comes out 4/25. Don't miss it.